Men refuse to spend money on you for two reasons. Either they think you're not worth it or they simply can't afford it. No matter which category your man falls into, today I'll teach you exactly how to handle it. Hi, I'm Isabella. Let's start with the first reason. He thinks you're not worth it. When a man doesn't see you as valuable, he naturally becomes stingy. Forget about gifts. He'll probably even insist on splitting the bill every time. But why would a man think you're not worth it? There are two main reasons. First, your perceived value is low. He thinks you're lucky to be with him. He believes you're the one who's gaining from this relationship, so why should he give you anything extra? The way to fix this is simple. Make him realize your value is higher than his, that he's the one benefiting from this relationship, not you. You need to understand that men are rational creatures. They don't stay in relationships out of gratitude or kindness. They stay because they are getting something of value. That value could be your beauty, your softness, or the way you help him in certain aspects of life. Men don't stay just because you treat them well. They stay when they see continuous value in you. So, instead of blindly being nice, your focus should be on maintaining your value. Let me remind you, the kind of value a man seeks changes over time. Today, he might love how beautiful you are. Tomorrow, he might want beauty and a perfect body. Today, he might want a sweet and gentle woman. Tomorrow, he might look for someone sweet, gentle, and financially independent. But don't be afraid. The key is understanding that change is constant. As long as your value remains desirable, you'll always have options. Your world should never revolve around just one man. If he changes his mind about you tomorrow, let him go. Because if you keep improving, there will always be another man who sees your worth. There are many ways to increase your value. Whether it's improving your appearance, fitness, knowledge, or income, every step you take makes you more desirable. And once you elevate yourself, he'll realize he was the one who was lucky to have you all along. The second reason he doesn't invest in you is a mistake many women make. You never ask for anything. You give your love freely. You give your time, energy, and effort without conditions. You never require him to give back. Here's what most women don't realize. Many men don't enter relationships because they're madly in love. They enter relationships because they want a girlfriend at that moment, and they'll simply choose the easiest woman to get. Have you ever seen men break up with their long-term girlfriends and immediately get into a new relationship? Or even rush into marriage? Have you seen men have an argument with their girlfriend and easily hook up with someone else that same night? Do you know why? Because the new woman made it too easy for him. Men seek women when they need them. And if the first woman they meet is easy to get with zero effort, they won't hesitate to go for her. Tell me, if you saw the exact same product being sold for $100 at store A and $200 at store B, which store would you buy from? Obviously store A. It's the same with men. If he meets multiple women at once and some require effort while others require nothing, he'll always pick the lowest cost option. Men understand the rule of equal exchange. But if you don't demand anything, they'll save where they can. That's why you must never make yourself the easiest, cheapest option. Make sure he sees the value you bring, and make sure he knows that if he wants that value, he must pay the price. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isabella, what if he thinks I'm too expensive and leaves? Don't worry. As long as your value is unique and something he truly desires, he won't leave. And even if he does, who cares? Because your world should never revolve around one man. If you are high value, you will never run out of options. Now, let's talk about the second scenario. He doesn't spend on you because he simply can't afford it. Some women make excuses. He can afford it. Maybe he just has other reasons for not paying. Maybe he's testing me. Stop being naive. Let me ask you, if you had 1,000 pieces of candy, would you hesitate to give someone just one? A financially stable man doesn't overthink paying for a meal. He does it naturally, without hesitation. If a man constantly complains about who's paying, or always insists on splitting the bill, he's broke. And to him, Even one meal is a major expense. Listen, as women, we can pay for ourselves, but we should never choose a man who can't even afford to buy us dinner. If he's already stingy during the dating phase, the time when he's supposed to be at his best, what do you think he'll be like in the future? Even worse. In today's world, women don't even need men to have children anymore. So, why should you date a man who can't even afford to feed you? If a man is cheap at the very beginning, when he's supposed to be impressing you, imagine what he'll be like after years of marriage. If he starts off stingy, he'll only get cheaper with time. The solution? Break up immediately. Find a man who is financially stable. The truth is, broke men have no business dating. If he can barely afford to take care of himself, why would you trust him to take care of a relationship or a future family? Now, let's get into real-life strategy for dealing with cheap men. If he's cheap from the start, always planning free dates, never buying gifts, expecting you to pay, cut him off immediately. Your time is too valuable. If he started off normal but got stingier over time, ask yourself, have you lost value? Have you become too available? Have you stopped taking care of your looks, your body, your social life? Men give less when they feel they don't need to invest anymore. If you've kept your value high, but he still won't give, then it's simple. He's just cheap, and you don't need him. To attract high-quality men, you must first eliminate low-quality ones. Step 1. Learn to filter out cheap men early on. Step 2. Always maintain your high value and make sure he understands he must pay for it. Step 3. Stay emotionally in control and confident. When you stop fearing that he might leave, that's when he won't be able to leave. If your love life is a mess, you can find my email in the description for free guidance. If you constantly feel like you're giving too much, whether emotionally or financially, sign up for my SMART program today. Details are in the description and at the end of this video. Now let's summarize today's key takeaways. 1. Men refuse to spend money on you for 2 reasons. They either think you're not worth it or they simply can't afford it. 2. If a man thinks you're not worth it, you must elevate your value. Make him realize he is the one benefiting from being with you. 3. Men don't stay because of kindness. They stay because they continuously receive value. Always maintain and enhance your value. 4. Never be an easy option. If he doesn't have to work for you, he won't value you. 5. A man who is cheap in the beginning will only get cheaper with time. 6. Walk away from cheap men and invest in yourself, because high-value women always attract high-quality men. As long as Isabella is here, your love life will thrive, and your quality of life will only get better. See you in the next episode. Are you still getting hurt over and over in love? Do men never seem fully invested in you? Do you find yourself exhausted from giving too much? Do you really think it's a coincidence you're hearing about Isabella's program today? Absolutely not. This is fate stepping in, giving you a chance to rewrite your story. Isabella's SMART program isn't about teaching you how to please men. It's about teaching you how to master them, how to make them invest, get addicted, and happily devote themselves to you for life. You'll learn how to spot trustworthy men, guide them to give more, and use powerful psychological strategies that deepen their love for you. Remember, the game of love has rules. Those who know the rules win. Those who don't, they lose, again and again. Most people never get a second chance to turn their love life around. Don't waste yours. Click the link in the description now, and let Isabella show you how to turn the tables and win in love.